The games as a service model has failed us. They somehow become the norm for $70 games to release broken in ways that make it painfully obvious that the only content that had real effort put into it were things they wanted to sell us through microtransactions. I want to spend this video talking about possible directions for the industry to move in to help mitigate these frustrations for players. Ideally, I would advocate for no live service models if that were possible at this point. But we're in too deep. $20 skins most likely aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So, if companies are this hell-bent on selling us battle passes and creating 10-year plans, then this is how I think they should approach that. Separate the development. Call of Duty Warzone is a separate free-to-play experience that is endlessly monetizable and updated to pair with each $70 new game that they more traditionally develop and release. Without realizing it, they're really close to an approachable model of game development that could actually work with live service playing a role and doesn't lead to broken games. So let's take this approach and apply it to a game like Halo Infinite. Currently, Halo Infinite is the one platform for everything Halo. It contains both the Halo Infinite story and the live service multiplayer. 343 have previously said that Halo Infinite will be the foundation for Halo for the next 10 years, though there is potential. Say multiplayer from here on out gets its regular season updates, getting maps, modes, maybe a battle royale, and becoming the multiplayer hub of Halo indefinitely. Halo Infinite can be the foundation of Halo multiplayer for the next 10 years, no problem. However, that requires a separate team at 343 solely tasked with creating the single-player narrative experience that releases every 2 to 3 years. This team ideally would interact on a minimum level with the multiplayer aspect of the franchise, beyond communicating core themes and design aspects for the multiplayer team to make quality aligning content. Keeping the experiences separate will allow both to flourish, as it will give the narrative team a chance to create a quality product, since resources don't have to be compromised to create a never-ending multiplayer experience that will always need new content to be monetized. The multiplayer can evolve naturally and take less criticism when items are monetized, as it is truly free to play and not tied to any price tag associated with a campaign. A good monetization system is only as good as the content provided. A good story-driven experience coming out every couple years to freshen the multiplayer platform with new content will create the cash flow these publishers are looking for. Within a multiplayer season cycle, some of the new story-themed content can be free to draw players in, and then some purchasable later on as players return with the release of updates. A new emphasis on creating good story modes will allow narrative teams to take risks in gameplay and storytelling that they haven't been able to in a long time. And more on this will be coming in another video, so make sure to subscribe for notifications. Since this approach will alleviate the pressure of doing a million different things in one game, stories will be able to breathe again. We can see the opposite of this approach in what Activision did with the recent Modern Warfare 3 release. Like, when you look at it, there is no reason why they needed to make an entirely different game. The free-to-play Warzone should just absorb the multiplayer and make that free as well. Then those aspects of the game should just get routine updates and the traditional microtransaction content like skins and operators. And if they really had those Modern Warfare 2 remaster maps burning a hole in their pockets, the multiplayer team should have just released them as a one-off map pack for $20. Hell, if the Halo CE Mark V armor proves anything, is that nostalgia like this can sell. The, oh, that splits the player base theory is false. If they made this a one-time endeavor and then left the future's revenue to skins and operators, people would have bought that map pack, and splitting the player base would not have been a huge deal here. And this sort of update wouldn't have required the entire studio to work on. So more of the staff could have worked on creating an actual story to release for the $70 price tag. Say they had time to tell a real story with character development, the large COD-style action, maybe even branching paths again. That would have sold copies. It would have funneled people into the multiplayer to become more willing consumers for the microtransactions and left the game with far better reviews and sales than what they got. So looking to the future of Halo and taking into account the lessons from Call of Duty, there needs to be an understanding that the Halo Infinite multiplayer is fine. Keep running that ship as usual. Don't waste time, money, and resources making another free-to-play multiplayer that'll launch alongside a new campaign. Just focus all of your energy on telling an amazing, complete story as a separate download and game at a price. Then just update the already existing Halo Infinite multiplayer with assets to match the new story, and I guarantee items of interest associated with a good story will sell. But anyway, that's it for my ramble about live service games. Love them or hate them, they're here to stay. We might as well have discussions on how to improve this model before it continues to get worse for everyone. So let me know in the comments how you'd like gaming studios and publishers to handle these questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.